Lorinda Chen stared at her reflection in her penthouse window, the city lights of Seattle twinkling below. At 32, she had everything money could buy. CEO of a billion-dollar tech company, luxury cars, designer clothes, everything except what she wanted most: genuine connection. "Ms. Chen, your 9 a.m. board meeting is canceled." Her assistant's voice crackled through the intercom. Another day of people either intimidated by her success or interested only in her wealth. Lorinda made a decision that would shock her board of directors. She was taking a 6-month sabbatical. 2 weeks later, Linda Ross walked into Hope Community Center wearing simple jeans and a sweater from Target. Her designer bags were in storage, her luxury car replaced by a used Honda. She'd applied for an administrative assistant position, using her old college resume. Marcus Taylor, the center's director, interviewed her himself. At 35, his warm brown eyes showed both exhaustion and determination. "The pay isn't much," he warned. "We're a non-profit, struggling to keep our youth programs running." "The work matters more than the money," Lorinda replied, meaning it for perhaps the first time in her life. She got the job and quickly discovered a world far from corporate boardrooms. Marcus worked tirelessly, writing grants, mentoring teens, fixing broken equipment himself to save money. He treated everyone, from homeless teens to wealthy donors, with the same genuine respect. Lorinda found herself staying late to help with grant applications, learning names of regular visitors, celebrating small victories like a teenager passing their GED. For the first time, people smiled at her, not because of her position, but because they genuinely liked her. Marcus and Lorinda began sharing lunch breaks, talking about everything from childhood dreams to favorite books. He told her about growing up in foster care, which inspired his dedication to helping youth. She shared carefully edited stories about her life, keeping her wealth hidden while being truthful about her experiences. "You're different from anyone I've met," Marcus said one evening as they cleaned up after a youth event. "You see people, really see them." Lorinda felt guilt twist in her stomach. Was she really seeing people by hiding who she was? The crisis came 3 months into her sabbatical. The center's main funding source pulled out, leaving them facing closure in 30 days. Marcus looked defeated for the first time since she'd met him. "These kids have nowhere else to go," he said quietly, watching teenagers playing basketball in the gym. "This place is their only safe space." Lorinda could write a check to save the center instantly. But that would mean revealing her deception to Marcus, potentially losing his trust forever. That night, she paced her simple apartment, missing her penthouse view, but not her lonely life there. She'd found something real here: friendship, purpose, and maybe even love. But was it real if built on a partial truth? The next morning, she arrived early, finding Marcus already at his desk. "We need to talk," she said, hands trembling. She told him everything: about her company, her wealth, her reasons for hiding it. His face remained unreadable as she spoke. "I can save the center," she finished. "But I'll understand if you want me to leave after this." Marcus was quiet for a long moment. "Why did you really come here?" "I wanted to find people who would see me, not my bank account," she admitted. "I found that here. I found it in you. Did you think I wouldn't like you if I knew you were wealthy?" "Past experience suggested exactly that," she said softly. Marcus stood, walking to the window overlooking the basketball court. "You know what I see when I look out there? Kids who wear masks every day, acting tough to hide fear, acting fine to hide hunger, acting like they don't care to hide how much they do care." He turned back to her. "We teach them that it's okay to be their real selves here. That true connection comes from authenticity, not perfection." "Are you angry?" Lorinda asked. "I'm disappointed you felt you had to hide," he replied. "But I understand why you did. The question is, who are you really? The CEO, the administrative assistant, or someone else entirely?" "I'm someone who finally found what matters," she answered. "Someone who wants to help save this place, not just with money, but with real involvement. If you'll let me, Marcus studied her for a moment. The grant application on your desk, the one you've been helping with? Finish it. But I could just write a check. If we're going to do this, we do it right, he said firmly. Money helps, but sustainable funding and community involvement matter more. Show me who Lorinda really is. Over the next month, Lorinda threw herself into saving the center the right way. She wrote grants, organized fundraisers, and leveraged her business connections, this time as herself. Her board of directors, initially skeptical, became enthusiastic supporters of the center's mission. The center not only survived, but thrived. Lorinda and Marcus developed new programs together, combining her business acumen with his community experience. Their relationship grew stronger, built on shared values and complete honesty. 1 year later, at the center's anniversary celebration, Marcus proposed in front of the community they'd built together. "You came here looking for someone who would see the real you," he said. "I fell in love with all of you. Your compassion, your determination, your heart. No mask required." Today, Lorinda still runs her tech company, but the center is her true passion. She and Marcus work side by side, showing teenagers that authenticity is strength, and that true connection comes from being genuinely yourself. Because sometimes we have to lose the masks we wear to find the love we deserve. And sometimes the greatest fortune isn't in our bank accounts, but in the genuine connections we build when we're brave enough to be real. If this story touched your heart, remember to subscribe to Moments That Matter for more stories that remind us that true wealth lies in authentic connections and genuine love. Because every moment matters, and every mask we drop brings us closer to the real connections we seek. Remember, the greatest test of love isn't about what we hide or reveal. It's about being brave enough to be authentically ourselves.